Come on, let's go. Come on, you Dons. Jack Redoni, last minute winner. The Dons have come back from 2-0 down. They showed great character throughout the game after going 2-0 down. I mean, the first half was it was quite appalling, really, from AFC Wimbledon. Played very direct, but they were wasteful a couple of times, giving the ball away, notably with Alex Woodyard a couple of times. He was playing it a little too cautiously around the midfield, and actually Joe Piggott ended up dispossessing him, and Alex Woodyard ended up fouling him and receiving the yellow. And Ipswich Town, they created several chances in the first half. Their deliveries were not that good, though, so we were lucky not to have conceded any goals in the first half. But a couple of players on Ipswich's side, notably Burns and Vincent Young, they were connecting a lot with each other. Fraser found a couple of opportunities to lay it off to a couple of players like Edwards and Harper. They scored 2 goals. The first goal came from a rather sketchy penalty call, really. It was a through ball played into Burns for Ipswich. And Nightingale had his arm over his shoulder for like a second, but didn't really pull on him. That was enough for Burns to go down, really. I thought that penalty was it was rather soft. And the referee he blew it, really. I mean, was kind of inconsistent throughout the game. He called certain fouls. He didn't call certain fouls that could have been fouls. But Joe Piggott, of course, who else but Joe Piggott to put it away. And then the second goal, scored by Burns after a really good through ball played in by Harper, blasted it into the side netting. It was only then when AFC Wimbledon started to play well. I have mixed emotions right now, but I'm more so on the side of happiness than I am with disappointment. I just wish AFC Wimbledon played well throughout the whole 90 minutes, but they showed great character. And ever since Mark Robinson took charge of this side, he has really driven a positive mentality, positive outlooks, drilled it into this team. And, we came back from 2 down against Bolton to equalize. We came down against Ipswich 2-0 down, 2 goals down against Bolton, rather, not 2-0 down, but 2 goals down against Bolton, 2 goals down against Ipswich. 2 instances in which we've come back from the dead. The first goal coming off of a free kick in which it was a really good ball played in by Hardigan, top of the 6-yard box. Presley was the intended target. It was nicked over by the defender, Hennigan in that back post. And the second goal, Hennigan involved once again. I love Hennigan on that back post. He's always able to win the header, whether he's able to just, slot it to that near post, make it difficult, or maybe head it towards that near post, or knock it down for a second chance opportunity. That is exactly what we saw as Jack Redoni, who subbed on around the 70th minute or so, came on and was able to have a nice poacher's goal towards the end. And good point there, William Lonsdale. I'm still recording on my live stream, but this part of my video is going to be uploaded as a reaction video. Good point, William Lonsdale. We scored 9 goals this season, and all have been different scorers. 9 different goal scorers this season. If I recall, the goal scorers have been Hennigan today, Nightingale, Asal, McCormick, Palmer, Presley, Mabude, Redoni, and I'm missing somebody, but 9 different goal scorers this season. That is a testament to the depth that we have possessed this season, and I'm really liking it. I mean, previous seasons we would only have maybe 2 players that would come off the bench and would be notable, but we can play all kinds of formations. We can have all kinds of people coming in, and hopefully we keep most of these players for next season. I don't think we're going to be making a top 7 push this season. I think we could push for mid-table, and then we can set the foundation for next season to maybe potentially make a push. But AFC Wimbledon once again showed character, and fantastic stuff from the Dons in the second half. Ayuba Sal was all over the place today, defensively and on the offensive end, making the runs off the ball. Wasn't too he didn't really prioritize the 1v1 situations too much. He didn't take someone on 1v1 as frequently. Notably, if he were defended by the likes of Coulson or Burgess, he would touch it back to his outside and try to play back to the center to Woodyard or Hardigan, perhaps. But I think that Asal was very quick off the ball, offensively and defensively, cut off or dispossessed Ipswich a couple of times. Mabude did pretty well for the 20 minutes that he was on. There were a couple of moments in which he had a couple of moments of flair, kind of flicking it behind his right foot and playing it over to Asal on one instance, and then another instance he had plenty of space, started off deep on the midfield, and then took it all the way to the top of the 18, cutting it to his left, cutting it to his right, back to his left, and then played a ball over I think it was a ball over to Palmer, and then it was out for a corner kick. That wasn't the one in which they scored in, but I think AFC Wimbledon really did show some character today, and Nightingale was very good defensively today. Aside from that one time where corner kick, that wasn't the one in which they scored in, but I think AFC Wimbledon really did show some character today, and Nightingale was very good defensively today. Aside from that one time where he lost him and Che Alexander kind of lost their marks, which it was Burns making that run to score that second goal. Other than that, the Nightingale was an absolute freaking rock in the back. I can't say enough about Nightingale's performance today, and I can't say enough about Nightingale's progression as a player. 2 seasons ago, he was in and out as a fringe starter, and then he underwent an injury, and then after that, towards the middle of the season last year, he has been an absolute force. Championship caliber center back, I would say. So fantastic stuff from the Dons. Great character being shown. And I'm going to say the MVP of this one would have to be Ben Hennigan. He was also decent defensively too, Ben Hennigan. But I would say the MVP, Ben Hennigan, involved in both goals, was the goal scorer of the first one, and was the one who nodded it back to Jack Rudoni on the second one. Ben Hennigan is my MVP for this match. Also, you could also say that Anthony Hartigan can make his way for that MVP contention. He played 2 fantastic crosses in for those 2 goals. The first one was a little bit more head height, as it was intended for Presley, obviously, but the second one was a beautiful deep cross into Hennigan. So I'd say maybe the MVP contender is a tie between Hartigan and Hennigan. Hartigan and Hennigan. Hennigan. Say that 10 times fast. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. The Dons come away with another draw, even though things looked bleak for them. So happy for that result. We will see you guys on the flip side. Come on, you Dons.